Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and now time for the nation's sharpest opinion. Where I don't pull my punches, I never do. Where I speak freely, I always do. And I'd like to expand on an issue on which I believe you should think. And you should think, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on how a sundry group of self-appointed people claim to be the Editors Guild of India. I like to pun on it. I say they are a crying shame. I say they should be ashamed of themselves for their hypocrisy. I say they should be ashamed of themselves for being an extension of political groups. I say they should be ashamed of themselves for the fact that there are very few editors, mostly ex-editors, some sundry socialite columnists, and ex-head controversial of the Amnesty, and ex-politicians who come together in an interest group and claim to be the Editors Guild of India. They are not. They are just a quasi-political group. They are a lobbying group. They are people with a clear political intention. They are virtually an extension of the I.N.D.I.A. alliance. They have no objectivity. And ladies and gentlemen, they do everything to really sully the profession of journalism. And that is why I call them the Editors Guild of India. Guild of India. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people who are virtually clapping. When the Uddhav government went after the Republic Media Network, they tried to lecture us. They are spineless, ladies and gentlemen, and they are vulnerable to their own mistakes again and again. When the West Bengal government files repeated cases against the Republic Media Network, the Editors Guild of India applauds by virtue of its silence. They claim to represent journalists. What a crying joke, ladies and gentlemen. When people carry out cases of fake news that sully and dirty the profession, and when the Wire, that pamphlet, is caught in the middle of the tech fog scam for fake news, the Editors Guild of India supports the Wire. In other words, they support fake news and they claim to uphold journalistic values. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no greater emblem of hypocrisy in this country today than the Editors Guild of India. And that is why I am not surprised that the Editors Guild of India is now caught in the middle of a huge fake news scandal by putting deliberately false news and fake news to try and incite the situation in Manipur. When caught red-handed, they say, oh, it was just a mistake, we'll clarify it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Editors Guild of India, this scandal has come on the heels of the NewsClick scam and the repeated exposés of the financial and managerial involvement of the Soros groups in funding completely sold out news sites in our country. We at Republic believe that it is truly time for these individuals, groups, entities, sites, compromised individuals, organizations, whatever, to come together and introspect on how much they have fallen and how much leeway they have taken by claiming to represent journalist values in our country. If the funding of certain news organizations is not clear, how can they claim to do independent journalism? Ladies and gentlemen, the Manipur government's FIR on the Editors Guild of India must be debated. I have myself questioned what has happened in Manipur, but I have done so freely, and I have done so responsibly, and I have done so on the basis of honesty and fact. But if people who claim to go and do fact-finding themselves put out fake news, then they really do not deserve to operate as a guild or guilt, whatever they are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's debate.
In early August, little over 3 months after violence had broken out in Manipur, the Editors Guild of India had sent a 3-member fact-finding committee to the northeastern state to inquire into what it said were incidents of the media's incorrect reporting. That Editors Guild panel published its report on Saturday, a report that has invited an FIR from the Manipur government.
Recently, we have seen one report published by the Editor Guilds of India, and the points which was raised and comments by the Editor Guilds of India is highly condemnable, and we condemn it in the strongest term. Investigation is on in different way, in different places. But in the meantime, how the Editor Guilds conclude?
Republic has accessed the complaint, which quotes multiple excerpts of the Editors Guild report and presents counters.
The so-called fact-finding report of the Editors Guild of India is riddled with inconsistencies and incorrect claims, something that has been highlighted by the complainant, based on which the FIR has been registered. At least on 4 counts, they have been completely exposed, using the wrong pictures, forest land declaration, eviction, and influx of illegal immigrants. This complete report has now been junked by the complainant.
The Editors Guild has even acknowledged at least one of the complaint items, wherein it had miscaptioned a forest official's house as a burning cookie zoo house. But the ecosystem is out in force to lend its support. The Press Club of India has demanded that the FIR be withdrawn, but its condemnation letter is scant on factual counters. About 10 months ago, the Editors Guild had come in for criticism after it backed The Wire's tech fog story, which was later proven wrong and retracted. Now, the allegation is on its own doorstep.
And I also give a warning to the Editor Guilds member. If you want to do something, please come to the spot. Please do visit here, see the ground reality, meet the representatives of the whole communities, and FIR against the members of the Editor Guilds who are trying to create more, classes in the state government.
With some of the fake news already conceded, will the Editors Guild and the Lutyens ecosystem be able to grandstand their way out of the allegations? Let's debate.